Kevin, thank you so much for joining me for this testimonial call, and look forward to hearing your perspective on the loan officer realtor recruiting program that we have. And you can tell everybody where you're from and where you do business.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kevin Boudreau, and I'm born and raised in the sunny state of Florida. And whether you're buying in the Panhandle or the Keys or Central Florida, wherever in Florida, I am here to assist with your mortgage. The best way to get me is 407-718-5588. That's my cell number, direct line, and I'm happy to help.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Kevin. So yeah, if you're looking for a loan officer in Kevin's area, please feel free to reach out. I'll also put your information whenever we put this video up. Okay, so Kevin, first question that we have here is, what was one of the problems that you were trying to solve in your mortgage business? As far as before coming to us as a realtor referral partner recruiting program, what were you trying to solve for?
I was looking for a way to bring value to my realtors. Most lenders have a very difficult problem. Things that are constantly growing their business that some of them know, but they don't do it consistently. So the value this brought was, here's your game plan or roadmap to make an extra 100,000. Because some of the people on the call were already making several 100,000. Some of them were newer agents, some of them were middle agents. So they all were at different levels, but what they learned, all of them could implement right away and hit the ground, build their database, build up their sphere of influence, and get deals today, tomorrow, and next year, even by doing these things that they learned in this class.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that point up. Is we have real estate agents that join this that are at all levels, right? We talk to loan officers all the time. They're like, well, how do I know I'm going to work with a successful agent? It's like, well, you might work with a brand new agent who has no bad habits yet, or you might work with somebody who's making $500,000 a year that comes to our program because they want to learn something new. So I'm glad you brought that point up. We do have all levels of agents in this.
And they all can implement the skills, which is beautiful. It doesn't matter what your level, you could learn the skills to grow and to take your business to the next level.
Awesome. And then the next question I have here is, why did you choose to join our realtor referral program versus maybe any other recruiting program that might be out there?
Because your information and your marketing resonated with me. I've been following you on Facebook. I've seen some of your other training, and I was just like, okay, this guy knows what he's doing. He can communicate it effectively. And I was excited to see all that knowledge that's in your brain and be able to share it with people that are in the trenches every day trying to grow their business.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Whenever I've been in this marketing game since like 2014, I think. And the amount of people that come into the industry that are not in the real estate industry, but become quote unquote marketers in the real estate industry. And then they don't actually have the skill set or knowledge to be able to help. So as a real estate agent, that was one of the things I wanted to make sure I did, right? Is, hey, let's make sure we're giving people things that they can actually do that are tangible. So I appreciate that. The next question is more about results. So as a result of letting us help you and implement some of the actions that we have, with this specific program, it's the Done For You Realtor Referral Program. What are some of the things or the outcomes that you had in the last 30 days in your business and with your realtor referral partners?
Well, I had a lot more great communication with the realtors, right? It gave me a great excuse as a loan officer to communicate with them and talk to them about fun things, not, hey, I need your leads, or it was more of, hey, what did you learn from this? How can I help you? So it was more of a servant type of attitude and communication, which I loved. And a lot of the realtors really enjoyed it. And some of them even made contests. One of the brokers that was on the call, she made a contest. Like the first one that would do their video would get this. The person that did the most videos or the most people that were added to the database, they got a prize. So they made it fun. So yes, we learned some stuff. We had to do it, right? Implement it. But then they made it fun as well, which I thought was super cool.
Yeah. So one of the cool things that I thought was really neat, you and I talked about this after the fact, but not only did you have agents, but you had a broker join who brought in agents. Can you talk a little bit more about that as far as like being able to even establish further relationships, not with just a single agent, with the broker's agents?
Yeah, that was wonderful. So I had a real estate broker local that I work with, and what we did is we actually put all the training calls in their conference room on their TV. I hooked up my laptop every Wednesday, and we'd have 5 to 10, 12 agents, dependent. Each week was a little different. Come in. We all were taking notes. We were strategizing, talking about it, and then they had their own little text thread that I was in, with their updates of what they were doing. And then they would send me the video there. I would send it back to them when we created the content. And it was really cool to see someone taking that leadership and then helping their whole team grow with this program.
Yeah, you
And
actually,
she was,
go ahead, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, she was their accountability coach. So you guys were her coach, but then she was her team's accountability coach, which was great.
But I think one of the coolest things that I get to see from this, right? Because as being a real estate agent, seeing the interaction between a loan officer and a real estate agent, it's typically not the stuff that we're doing, right? It's usually, hey, I'll pop by your office or I'll come say something about whatever we're doing in our business. But to see like that interaction between loan officer and real estate agent to the next level, creating content together, is really fun to see, because it just, you don't see that every single day. It seems like it's very laborious to do anything like that.
It's a lot more fun doing it this way than the traditional boring way of, let me do your open house, or let me bring you a flyer, or let me bore you to death about loan programs. Because realtors don't really care about loan programs. As long, just get the deal done. Here's the deal, figure it out, right? Like, you're the loan officer, do it.
Yeah.
But this is like, we're going to create great content together. We're going to have fun.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like having fun. So
Yeah.
if I'm going to do something and stick with it, it's got to be fun, or I probably won't stick to it, to be honest with you.
And at the end of the day, it's going to bring you business, right? At some point down the road, I mean, we're only 30 days in. I think your first post that we did for you or with you had 68 comments, agents that were interested. And then how many agents joined the actual program to start off with? I think we capped it at 10.
We
Is
capped
that?
it at 10, but then you let us have a few extra at the end.
Yeah.
So I had about an extra 5 join the Zoom call, just didn't have the accountability coach.
Yeah.
And I already pretty much have my 10 for November training starting Wednesday as well. There's just a few more people I have to get back to today and tomorrow, and make sure that they are committed. Because all they need
Yeah.
to do is commit to doing the activity, and they're doing the 4 weeks, and they're going to learn and they're going to grow. But they got to
Yeah.
be accountable to the 4 weeks of training.
Yeah. So let's say theoretically, I guess not theoretically, really realistically, you have 20 agents from the time that we started doing the recruiting for you to, let's call it just over a month out, you'll have 20 agents in, roughly.
Yep.
Before that, how many agents did you recruit, let's say in the 6 months before that, in yourself?
Honestly, I don't know. I've been doing this 20 years, and we do such a great job on the loan side. I don't
Yeah.
chase.
Yeah.
At the point in my career, I'm the top 1% originator. I don't chase. I don't like cold calling. Like, I'm not that guy. Oh, call 50 realtors every
On Monday?
Monday and annoy them. No, like, I'm going to do an amazing job. I might save a deal for you. You're the listing agent. We're going to become Facebook friends. So I organically kind of, but I haven't had a system to really have something to bring them to, that helps them. And then I can stay in contact as a friend versus I'm just an LO. You got 20 other calls this week from other LOs that are desperate for business, and everyone's doing it the old fashioned way. And not saying that doesn't work. It doesn't work for my soul. Like, if I had to cold call 50 agents and try to meet them all, I wouldn't do it. Like, that's just, my soul would be tired and drained. So this brought me joy and like raised my vibration level by doing these creative things. And I stand out versus an LO that's just bugging them for a coffee meeting, and they're just going to go, well, I got a 2-1 buy down. I mean, it's a great product, but everyone does. Like, oh, I got this, I have that. And the realtors don't care. They want they want to know, like, and trust you, and they want to know that you care about the clients and you get the job done. But this was a great way to get my foot in the door with something that other LOs aren't doing. They're not doing this, and it also brought me joy. So kill 2 birds, 1 stone.
You can even see it on your face, right? First off, I think you're a very happy person, number one. But number two, I think whenever you do have that differentiating factor that you can bring to the table, and agents are like, oh, you're not just going to sell me something, try to sell me on something or sell me on yourself. It's like, no, I want to help you. we'll be friends, like you said, on Facebook, and then we can do videos, we can do all these things together. And naturally, because I think you have the systems in place, the way you just run your business organically, people are going to send you business, right? It's going to come. You just need to be able to find another way to get more people to get to know you and like you and trust you, like you said. So that's exactly what we're trying to accomplish. So I'm happy that we're doing that.
This speeds up that process I was already doing and gives us something of value to bring to the marketplace that other LOs aren't doing. So it's a no-brainer to be a part of this. I'm excited to be doing the second round, and hopefully be doing 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 rounds of this or whatever. And just bring this to realtors, because they're a lot of the realtors that I talk to right now, they're kind of stuck in fear mode. The market's uneasy, it's shifting, and this gives them something to focus on that's positive, that they can control, because you can't control the market, you can't control rates, right? Like, I wish I could. I'd be a billionaire, but I can't. We can't control that stuff, but we can control our attitude and our activity. Those are the two things. Everybody in sales, whether it's real estate or mortgage, we can control those things, and we can focus on those things. That's our daily non-negotiables, right? And then the rest of the workday will work itself out, and all those little urgent tasks that we think we have to jump on right away. No, we do these things that grow our business, and then we work on all that other urgent stuff that has to be done. And it's just a different mindset, which I think is super important in this market as we shift and change. And whatever is working now probably won't work in a year or 6 months or 2 years, right? The market's going to shift again at some point, and you just have to be ahead of it and not fight it, right? You got to go with the current of the market and not try to swim upstream and get tired and frustrated and
wear yourself out.
It's exhausting to go against something that you have no control over.
You're the second person that said what you said earlier about this actually being fun, and actually he said the exact same thing you said, like raising your vibration, right? Because this is fun. Realtors are worried about you calling them. It's a fun process to go through, and it's going to build your business. The other part that I thought was interesting about what we're doing and what you guys are doing is, without blatantly stating what we want to say, is you're taking market share from other loan officers without them even realizing you're doing it, right? And the agents aren't even realizing, because you're like, oh, we're just having a good time doing this stuff and bringing each other business, and you're taking so much market share. And the more market share you can take through this process or any other process, when we come out on the other side, all of a sudden, all the people who bought now that want to refi as well, you're going to have 20, 30, 50 real estate agents that are like, this is my refi guy, And so I just think it's really
about, as a loan officer right now, you got to be, and most of them are too worried about right this second. Like, you have, being a loan officer, you got to be a farmer and a hunter. You got to hunt some, because your family won't eat if you can't snag a deer, right? You got to hunt, you got to get deals now. But in general, you should be focusing a lot of your activities on the farming side of things that can grow and produce for you with love and care. You take care of the farm, you feed it, you water, you give good soil. 6 months from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, that's just a constant stream of people that want to use you because you are the expert. So that's what I'm focusing on, is gaining a ton more market share, even if my closings stay about the same. Like, I'm on pace this year to do exactly what I did last year. There's no fall off.
That's great.
But a lot of loan officers had big fall offs this year. But to me, I know I'd rather grow a year or two from now by building a giant farm, many acres of realtors that I'm helping, and then the money will follow, right? I'm not trying to make the money now. I'm trying to make sure I do the things that lead to relationships, that lead to helping more people. And if we help more people, we're going to make the money as a byproduct, and then we have fun doing it instead of just chasing money.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think that's why you and I get along so well, because we have the same belief. It's like, we have a very long-term belief in what we're trying to accomplish. We have to get what we need now for our business, but we know, again, once things change, all of a sudden you have so many contacts and so many people that you've helped, right? That the quote unquote money ball just starts rolling on you, and you can't help but make money, right? And it's because you helped so many people in the beginning. One last question is, if a realtor is watching this at some point down the road, or another loan professional is watching this, mortgage professional is watching this, what would you say about our program if they're considering it, if they're on the fence about joining the program?
Well, I love the fact, from an LO side, I love that it was a great way to reach out to people that I have 5,000 friends on Facebook, and a lot of them are realtors, probably
Hmm.
2 or 3, 4,000. I don't know the exact number, but a
Yeah.
lot. So that is kind of my market that I'm already doing organic stuff too.
Yeah.
But it was a great way. The way you taught us how to do it, we got people to raise their hands,
Yeah.
and that's all we wanted. Then I had great conversations. So some of the people weren't able to commit to the 4 weeks, but now we had great conversations. So they're still
Exactly.
now in my follow-up, and I'm going to obviously bring them back into the loop at future trainings. So the database of people that were interested just keeps growing, and they know that I am doing things for realtors that other lenders aren't. So even if we never do business today, or they don't do the class, we still had great conversations. They know about Kevin Boudreau. They've been
Yeah.
watching me on Facebook, but now we had some interaction. So eventually they'll either do the training, or they might call me because their lender dropped the ball and they're just over it. I get calls all the time. I've watched you on Facebook for 2 years, 3 years. I love your animals. I love your, because I do a lot of stuff outside of just mortgages. I don't just bang them in the head about mortgages. I show them that Kevin Boudreau is a real live person that has a crazy family, has 5 dogs, has cows, has goats, chickens, ducks, turkeys. So they see all that and they kind of can relate to me. They all feel like they know me before they actually will call me and say, hey, I have a client. Will you help them? Of course. Thank
Yeah.
you. But that's where it's doing the attraction versus chasing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And as a
Awesome.
realtor, there's no reason not to do this class, because there's no reason why this information that you learn in these 4 weeks can't lead to $100,000 a year by doing these activities for you. It's not hard. It's just what you learn. It still takes you to roll up your sleeves and you got to
Yeah.
do the work. It's not hard work. It's not rocket science, but you lay out the roadmap for them. All they have to do is do it. And what I liked about the 4 week training is they actually had to do some of the stuff right then and there on their phone while they were scared. They were
Yeah.
nervous. Oh my God, do I send this text? Oh my God. And you took the fear away, and we encouraged them to just take action. And then some of them got results right away. And it was like all of a sudden they go, this is awesome. Yes. So we got them out of that fear mentality. Do people even want to talk to me? Yes, people need help. We
Yeah.
need to stop thinking that people don't want to hear from us.
Yeah.
But we got to lead with value, and you got to lead with a servant's heart to do that. People want to do business with you, but they want to know that you care, and you have their best interests at heart. So I loved how you kind of tied all that into your training, and that you held people accountable, which we need.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you first off jumping on this call with me and going over a bit of what we do on the back end, because I think people need to have that insight, right? And so if you are a realtor or loan officer, number one, if you want to connect with Kevin and learn, obviously he's doing something really great. He has 5,000 friends on Facebook and getting business from it. Number two, if you're a real estate agent in his area, in the Florida area, please feel free to reach out. Again, his link will be down below. Kevin, thank you so much for jumping on this call with me, man.
You're welcome, Joseph. Thanks for doing what you do. This has been
Yeah.
great, and I look to our partnership for many trainings. And as you bring out new stuff, call me.
It's coming. It's coming. It's always coming. Awesome, man. Appreciate it.
Have a great day.